I'm apologizing now because this video is going to be really long because, like, the questions are a ridiculous number, but okay. I want you to tell me about every person you've been in love with. Tell me why you love them and tell me why they loved you. I've been in love with two people. The first one was Tempest, and I loved her because I mean, she was really good for me when we first met. Like, she made me really happy, and she was always there for me, and it's kind of like that first love type thing. Second person I've been in love with is Anna, and I'm in love with her because she's the most incredible person I've ever met in my life. Most amazing person and the most beautiful person. I loved her before I even knew my own name, technically, because we're soulmates, so we've been in love since love began. I don't know what I was gonna say after that. I was gonna say something. Like, okay, why they loved you. I'm gonna say because I'm. I don't even. I don't know. I'm there for people a lot when they need me and when they don't. I'm really dependable, pretty responsible, pretty safe person to fall in love with, to be honest with you. Tell me about a day in your life you didn't think you'd live through. The day I lost my dog, probably, when he passed away. Or we had to put him down, actually. It was July 31st of last year, so it's almost been a year. I've had that dog since I was like 2. He was 19 when he died. So, the word home means to you, and tell me in a way that I'll know your mother. Home means somewhere that you feel completely safe and where you know you be accepted and not judged and where you belong. So, I think my home is with Anna. The first time you felt the weight of hate, and if that day still trembles beneath your bones. Whew. I honestly have never really felt hated that comes to mind, so if I was, it's not that prevalent. I don't know. Do you prefer to play in puddles of rain or bounce in the bellies of snow? It doesn't snow where I live, and I've seen snow probably about 4 times. I like rain, so I'll play in the puddles of rain. If you were to build a snowman, would you rip 2 branches from a tree to build your snowman's arms, or would you leave the snowman armless for the sake of being harmless to the tree? And if you would you notice how the tree weeps for you because your snowman has no arms to hug you and every time you kiss him on the cheek? I would pick up twigs from the ground because then the snowman could have arms and I wouldn't be pulling them off the tree. If you would you notice, oh, I'm sure that. And honestly, I would probably break branches off of a tree to give my snowman arms. Do you kiss your friends on the cheek? No, I don't actually. I only really have like one friend that I hang out with a lot. I don't kiss her. Do you sleep beside them when they're sad, even if it makes your lover mad? If my friends were sad and they wanted me to sleep beside them, I would do it. I don't really think Anna would get that mad at it. But if she did, I probably would still do it anyway. Do you think that anger is a sincere emotion or just the timid motion of a fragile heart trying to beat away its pain? I think anger is sincere because all of my emotions turn to anger. Like, I don't handle being sad or being anything well. I always just kind of turn angry. So, I have anger problems. What you think of your first name? I like it. No complaints, really. Emily, it's pretty simple. Like, people can pronounce it and they can spell it. And if you often lie awake at night and imagine your mother's joy when she spoke it for the very first time. No, I never actually think about that. I want you to tell me all the ways you've been unkind. Oh, Jesus. I can't list all of the ways I've been unkind, but the most prevalent. I do make jokes about people at people's expense a lot. I don't know. I think a lot of people do. I've cheated in a lot of my relationships. Pretty much all of my relationships, except the one I'm in now. And I find it really easy to lie to people. Like, I'm just kind of like a pathological liar. Tell me the ways you've been cruel. That's kind of the same thing. Tell me. Oh, that's not a question. If you're walking by a chemical plant where smoke stacks were filling the sky with dark black clouds, would you holler poison, poison, poison really loud, or would you whisper, the cloud looks like a fish and that cloud looks like a fairy? I'd probably whisper about the cloud shapes. Do you believe that Mary was really a virgin? No, because how do you have a child if you're a virgin? Do you believe that Moses really parted the sea? No. If you don't believe in miracles, tell me, how would you explain the miracle of my life to me? I don't think I really believe in miracles. I mean, your life is kind of because your mom and your dad had sex and then baby. I want to know if you believe in any god or many gods, or what gods believe in you. I do not believe in any kind of god. Have the prayers you've asked come true, and if they didn't you feel denied? I have prayed for things before, and none of them have come true. I want to know what you see when you look in a mirror on a day you're feeling good. I don't know, I see me, like, some days I think I'm, like, really attractive, I'm not gonna lie. I want to know what you see on a day you're feeling bad. Sometimes I wish I could be, like, I'm really skinny, and, like, really scrawny, and I've been told by a couple, like, one of my girlfriends told me, like, straight out that she wished that I was, like, bigger, which I was like, oh, okay. I can't really, like, morph. And another one said that she would feel safer with me if I was a boy. So that's kind of been, like, a insecurity since those times, I guess. I want to know the first person who ever taught you your beauty could be reflected on a lousy piece of glass. I don't know. I think it's probably like your mom. Your mom being like, oh, look at yourself. Go check yourself in the mirror. I don't know. Right. If you ever reach enlightenment, will you remember how to laugh? I hope so. Have you ever been a song? No. Would you think less of me if I told you I've lived my entire life a little off-key and I'm not nearly as smart as my poetry? I just plagiarized the thought of people around me who have learned the wisdom of silence. It's not really a question. Do you believe that concrete perpetuates violence? I think people perpetuate violence. And if you do, I want to tell what I want. Shit, I can't even read. I want to know more than what you do for a living. I want to know how much of your life you spend giving. I honestly think I give a lot to the people that mean a lot to me. I always put people before myself, usually. Well, you can't always, usually. Okay, I always put people before myself. If you love yourself enough to also receive sometimes. I don't know, I guess so. I really don't let people do things for me that often, or, like, be there for me. I don't want to admit that I need it, I guess. I want to know if you bleed sometimes through other people's wounds. Yes. Because when I say people, I'm kind of referring to Cassie, Anna, Charlie, and pretty much Melanie. Those are, like, the 4 main people that I talk to. When they're hurt, I hurt too. Especially Anna. If you dream sometimes that life is just a balloon that if you wanted to, you could pop, but you never would because you never wanted to stop. I would not pop my life balloon. If a tree fell in the forest and you were the only one there to hear it, if it falls to the ground, didn't make a sound, would you panic and fear that you didn't exist? Or would you bask in the bliss of your nothingness? I would bask in the fact that we are nothing. And lastly, let me ask you this. If you and I went for a walk, and the entire walk we didn't talk, do you think we'd eventually kiss? If you are Anna. That was like a poetry thing with all these questions on it. I don't know. I probably did a really bad job at answering those two, and this video is really long, so I'm sorry.